So hello again, Wheatley Baptist Church. It's Pastor Dave here with our end of the week update this week. I really hope you've had a great week. Certainly, I think this may be the nicest week we've had weather-wise. Lots of sun, but can you feel the cool breeze that's been with us just about every day? What a blessing that's been. And so I hope you've had a wonderful week this week. I've got just a quick update for you, mostly around scheduling. For the month of August. I want you to know right out of the gate that next week, Marley and I are going to be on vacation, and we're going to head out actually to do a time of retreat and then a time of rest too. So I'd ask for your prayers about that. But because of that, that's going to change some of what we would normally be doing on our schedule through the week, and some of you participate in different things there. So first and foremost, our Bible study for this Wednesday is going to be on hiatus. So there's no Bible study this week, but we will be returning back on the 19th to finish up our study of James and maybe look at a couple other things there. They're going to be pertinent to where we're going. And also, when talking about hiatus, you'll notice this past week there was no community prayer night. And the other pastors and I decided that for the month of August, we would take a bit of a hiatus and use that time to reimagine what that may look like as we come back in September. So again, we could use your prayers, and if you have some input or feedback about that, we'd love to entertain that and apply that where it's appropriate. So no community prayer nights. Have been doing those at Thursdays at 7 p.m. and those are going to be on hiatus for the month of August. Now, kind of the big announcement I wanted to share with you is our return to an in-person worship service. And so, as I said, we've been working through this and then watching the ebbs and flows of COVID-19 and some of the clusters in and around our community. And so we think that August the 16th will be the first time that we come back together for an in-person worship service. Now, just to make sure that we're still taking a measured approach to that, we've actually contacted Two Creeks at the conservation area, and we're going to have an outdoor service, or at least an under the pavilion service as well. And so, we'll take all of the different precautions that we need to take, and that's probably a good first step back into having an in-person time of worship. Now, again, for those of you that still aren't comfortable attending that, and that's quite all right, we will have an online offering for that same time. So if you're not able to be with us on August the 16th at Two Creeks at 10 a.m., then there'll be an online service for you to participate in as well. And for those of you that are considering, we've actually got the facility rented until 1 o'clock. And so if you wanted to stay, again, for a socially distant time of fellowship where we're outside and bring your own lunch, even a box lunch. I'm planning to do that. It might be a good opportunity for us to get reacquainted in some aspects too. So that's totally up to you. And then on August the 23rd, we will go back into the church building. August the 23rd, back into the church building for an in-person worship service. And I would just really encourage you to head to our website. You'll see there's a whole page there dedicated to our return back into the building with some guidelines and those types of things there. And as always, if you've got some feedback for that, or you've got just some questions about that, you can certainly contact myself, Clarence, Brian Walker, those people that are kind of our moderator being Clarence, and then Brian is temporarily heading up our property team. We've put a lot of thought and effort into making sure the building is prepared for our return, and so we want you to have a great deal of comfort there. But again, if you're not ready to do that yet, we still plan for quite a period of time now to have an online video worship service, and shortly we'll actually be live streaming our in-person worship service, so you can participate in that manner if you wish. Friends, I have to tell you, I am excited to be able to come back. I think about the absence that we have had from not just the building, but from our community, our time of community together. But I would just remind you that in early church history, Jesus followers, Christians, they often weren't allowed to gather together, and they had to worship in people's homes or or caves or catacombs and things like that. And when they were allowed to worship, whether it was in a temple or a large open space or something like that, you can just imagine the joy that kind of overpowered or overshadowed any awkwardness that they might have felt. And I really hope that that's what we experience too, that this time that we come back together, even though it's not going to feel the same, that the joy of our return to community really overpowers that. And I think, this time for us is going to be probably similar to what those early Christians felt in that way. It might be different and it might be awkward, but the joy of, again, socially distant, face-to-face communication, worshiping together, fellowshipping together. I've heard from you how important that is and how much you have missed that. And I know that's going to really help meet a need for a lot of us. And I think a deep emotional need that is as much as we've tried to do with a virtual worship service, that virtual worship service just can't really meet that need in the same way. And so I'm very, very excited at the possibility of us coming back together now to worship together. I just think of the words of Jesus here: for where two or three gather in my name, there am I with them. And I know we've been gathered in a sense, but to be together, I know that we'll feel the Spirit's presence and He'll lead us in a wonderful time of worship. So I look forward to that. Look forward to, in a way, seeing you this Sunday, because we'll still be virtual. We'll still be online. So we'll see you this Sunday online. Have a blessed and wonderful week. God's going to be good to us in that regard too. Blessings. I'll see you soon.